Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So yes, it's a clay video, super exciting. In today's video I'm going to be recreating this cupcake that I found on Instagram. I will leave the link to this picture and to the bakery down below because they are fabulous and I obviously don't own the picture or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how I made this today and I am just going to start with what tools I'm going to be using. So first off is my scrap piece of clay that helps me get dust off my hands. Then is my miniature sweet cupcake mould. I will leave a link to this down below. It's always sold out, but you can get an email notification. Then I'm going to be using a icing tip. This is just like one for baking. Then I'm going to be using this fluffy clay. I will talk more about this when I'm using it. Then I'm going to be using Vanilla by Fimo, which is my favourite colour of clay ever. I'm also going to be mixing that and a couple different shades of brown. And then last but not least, I'm going to use some cane slices, some lemon ones to be precise. These are also from Miniature Sweet. I will leave all the links to everything down below. The Miniature Sweet links are affiliate links, which means I get a sum of money if you make an order using my links. So I would highly appreciate that, but obviously you do not have to use them. So today I'm going to be testing out a new style of video, so I'm going to be calling these Craft with Me's. So these are just going to be me recording myself making something and chatting over the top. So that could be like today's video, which is going to be like a more relaxed tutorial kind of thing, or it might just be me chatting about something. Say if I do fan art and I want to chat about the film, then I'll do that. It's going to be really varied and I'm excited to try them, so do let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. So while I've been rambling away, you guys have been witnessing me struggling seriously hard to condition this brown clay. So the cupcake base colour is quite a unique, like dark brown, and I wanted to mix a colour really similar, but it turns out all of my brown clay is solid or super soft. So whenever I'm working with super crumbly clay, I tend to mix it or condition it by pressing it into my desk because I find it a lot easier than using my hands and it's a lot less stressful on my skin. So after I mixed it, because the craft gods think they're hilarious, it was then too soft to work with. I know it was only going in the bottom of a base mould, but I hate when you pop a cupcake out and it does that like weird stick thing and then it has the like texture on the base. Let me know in the comments if you know what I mean and I'm not just the only one that notices this. So the process that I've been doing on screen is called leaching. I have a tutorial which you can see on the screen and I'll leave it in the description, but it's basically the process of removing excess oil. So you can see between those two clips that was a 15-minute difference. I basically sandwiched the clay between two bits of paper and the paper absorbs the oil. Again, I have a tutorial, so go check it out if you're confused. This clay was still super soft because you can see me struggling to get it off here, but it did work. It was still a bit soft. I just tried not to touch it too long when I was rolling into a ball and putting it into the base. But yeah, I didn't get the texture and that's all that matters. So I just cleaned my mould very quickly using my scrap clay and then I am putting the brown colour in the base of the mould. Again, I tried not to touch it too much so it didn't get super soft again because of the oils on my hands or anything like that. So I'm making this one kind of a tutorial style video because you guys have never seen me make a realistic looking cupcake, so it's slightly different. As you can see, this process has never been shown on my channel, I don't think, but I am basically just making a edge around the cupcake base because I don't want the cupcake top to be overflowing like on my kawaii ones. I want it to look like the cake is sort of sitting in a cupcake base. So I basically just use a dotting tool, create a ridge, and then I take out any excess clay and I sort of repeat that till I've got like a nice ridge around. I still haven't really perfected this, but it's worked quite well on this one, so I just need to keep practicing. So I'd just like to take a moment to apologise for the varying lighting in this video. Half of the point of these Craft With Me videos is that it's easier to film, so I'm using just natural lighting. I don't have to set up my lights, I can just do it while I'm crafting. So they're not going to be like perfect videos, so that's why the lighting is crazy because I'm just using sunlight. So next I'm just mixing a colour for the top of the cupcake using the picture as a reference. So I'll be honest, I hate mixing clay, I really don't enjoy it, so I have no idea why I didn't just use ecru and then colour the top of it, the whole of it using chalk pastels. But apparently I didn't even have this orange colour, I actually had to mix that and then mix it in. So apparently I just was trying to cause myself hassle, but yeah, you can do it either way. So once I finally mixed the colour that I was happy with, I then just took a ball of that and pressed it on to the cupcake base. So I didn't want to cover the whole of the mould, as I said, so it doesn't reach all the way to the edge. There is like a slight edge of the colour underneath, the brown colour, and I really like the way this looks. I think it looks a lot more realistic. Then after a drastic lighting change, I just use my toothbrush to add a little bit of texture, and then I do add some colour using some chalk pastels. I'm using a bit of brown and a bit of orange, and just giving it that baked look that we all know and love. So then I just looked at it against the reference photo and I was actually super happy with it, so I was moving on to the icing part, which is the most fun but also most challenging part about this cupcake. So this icing part of the video is one of the reasons I wanted to make this a tutorial style video, because I've never shown this clay on camera before in a tutorial, nor do I think I've used this icing technique either. It's not necessarily new, but I just thought it'd be a great one to share with you guys. So as I mentioned earlier, this clay is called Pluffy, which I love the name. It's by Fimo and it's like a super soft kids clay. It kind of feels like marshmallows. I literally love the texture. It's quite easy to get it very sticky though, especially when you're doing what I'm doing, and that's mixing normal clay into it. This is because, guess what? I thought I had pink clay and I don't. So we're going to mix it, which seems to be the theme of this video. But the reason I'm using this clay is because of the incredible texture. When you run it through the icing tip like I'm about to, it just gives the fluffiest, airiest kind of texture. It's really hard to describe, but it just looks amazing. And I got this wonderful tip from Mao Chaton Shop, which I think I'm pronouncing that right. I've literally had to Google pronounce it because I'm scared I'm saying it wrong because it's French. Who is one of my favourite artists like ever, definitely top 5. I love her, and she's the one that introduced me to Pluffy Clay and using it for this reason. She is incredible, so I'll leave her links down below. I'm sure you guys already know who she is. But I am just pushing that clay through the icing tip using a paintbrush. I find like shiny paintbrushes work a lot better. The clay doesn't stick to it very much. And then I'm just very gently removing that because this clay is extremely soft and fragile. And then I am, as I said, extremely carefully pulling it so it gets a bit longer and a bit thinner. And you're also going to see me very gently placing it on the cupcake and trying to twist it to look like icing. Unfortunately, my camera is about to cut out on the best part, but you can just see I am very gently wrapping it and trying to twist it without destroying any of the shape. So yeah, like I said, my camera cut out on the best part, but you can just see that I am now removing the excess, and then I am just moulding that into a cute little shape on top so it looks nice and satisfying. So next I'm going to be adding the cane slice. So unfortunately the scale is off between these canes and the lemon in the picture. The lemon in the picture is like a quarter piece of lemon, but I'm going to have to use a whole cane and it's still not quite right. But I can't make canes to save my life, so I'm just going to stick with my trusty miniature sweet ones, and I think it still looks quite cute. So I completely and stupidly forgot to record me making the straw that goes on the back, but I basically did that by rolling out a snake of white, a snake of pink, and then twisting them together and rolling them down really small. So this is the finished cupcake. I hope you guys like it. I actually am quite proud of it considering I haven't done clay in months. I think it looks quite similar to the real one. So I really like doing these like miniature versions of real cupcakes because it just makes me practice my skills a lot more, and it's a bit different to the usual style that I do. So if you guys see anything on Instagram that you want me to make in miniature, definitely tag me, send me it on Instagram, and hopefully in the future I will make one of the things you send me. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you think about the new style. It just means that I'll be able to give you more videos, even though they're not the most polished, but still let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do that by clicking the button below, and you can click on the screen to watch more of my videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!